Welcome to It's Called Soda. I'm Aiden Urkla, your host, and today we have Dylan Bergman as our guest.
Yeah, I'm playing my Nintendo Switch right now, or
Yeah,
more specifically, my Nintendo Switch 2,
alright.
because I'm bored.
So,
And I'm not.
before we. Oh, wait, I'll let you finish.
I'm not. I'm at my dad's house, not my mom's house. Ow! Freaking T-Rex. Anyway.
Alright. So, first, let me explain how the show is going to work. So, it's kind of a mix between Party All My Guys and Gamer Guy Audio. It's a Gamer Guy Audio because of how it works, like being an audio thing, with just a visual for which episode. And then for the Party All My Guys part, I'll have guests from outside of the channel every once in a while. But the difference
I
is
guess.
going to be that the guests are going to be a little bit more recurring on this podcast. All right. So,
Yeah.
now let's get to the first segment, and we'll actually give context for this episode. So, for the bottom part of the visual, I put a zoomed in picture from Halloween. So, I went as Billy Joe Armstrong for Halloween, and then Dylan went as Mike Dirnt. And we're going to be talking about Green Day.
Yeah. Wait, why are we talking about Green Day?
Okay, so this is something I thought about. I have a feeling that 21st Century Breakdown, Nimrod, and Insomniac should be considered essential albums by Apple Music, but we'll get into that later.
Okay.
So
Cool.
then here is the thing for. Let's do the first proper segment. I'm going to call it. It's called a survey. So
Okay.
I'm going to go on to Apple Music and list off what it says are the top songs. And I'll ask you if you've heard them before. All right.
Great.
So the most popular
There.
song, Basket Case. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard. I think I've listened to that too.
Yeah. All right. Next is Boulevard of Broken Dreams. I think that one's a given, right?
Yeah, because you played that one with me before.
Yeah. Just say yes or no to the songs to make it go faster, all right?
Okay.
American Idiot.
Yep.
Brain Stew.
Johnny. No.
That's
Maybe
interesting.
not.
Really? No. That's actually kind of a surprise. You know, it's the one that goes, damn, damn, damn,
Yeah, well, okay, that I've
damn.
listened to it, yes.
Yeah.
He's not here trying to figure out what to do.
All right, then
That's not the real lyric.
Holiday.
Solid. No. What's that one?
All right, if you don't remember it off the top of your head, I have a feeling that you know, but we'll circle back to that one eventually. When I Come Around.
No.
Good Riddance. Time of Your Life.
Maybe.
Okay, we got a maybe. All right, let me count here. All right, and then Wake Me Up When September Ends.
What else? I don't think it was that one before.
All right. 21 Guns.
21 Guns. Hmm.
All right.
No.
I know for a fact that you've heard this, so I don't know. I'm just gonna count it as another maybe. I'm not actually keeping track. And then we'll do 2 more. Or actually 3 more. Alright, then Welcome to Paradise.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure if you showed me that one before, but maybe.
Alright. Longview.
Nope.
And then finally, Jesus of Suburbia.
Yeah, I think you've shown me that one before.
Alright, so now let's go on to the main topic, which is, as I've said before, that I believe 21st Century Breakdown, Nimrod, and Insomniac should be considered essential albums.
I wonder why.
Yeah. Alright, so
I wonder why they should.
Brain Stew is from Insomniac. It's one of their most popular songs. It's the 4th most popular on Apple Music. Good
Okay, well, if it's
Riddance
popular,
is the 7th most popular, which is from Nimrod. 21 Guns is also popular, and it's from 21st Century Breakdown. Now, if we go to their second greatest hits album, we can tell that for the more recent version of Greatest Hits, according to 2017, Hitchin' a Ride is also from Nimrod. And then Know Your Enemy is from 21st Century Breakdown. Let's go back to international super hits, which would prove my point for Insomniac and Warning. Or not Warning. Is? Well, I guess because of Minority, but that's a case for another time. Because I feel like Insomniac and Nimrod are more important than Warning. Like, despite
that's me.
Minority, but whatever. Anyway, so from Insomniac, Geek Stink Breath, Jaded, Walking Contradiction, and Stuck With Me are on international super hits. And then Redundant and Nice Guys Finish Last are from Nimrod. So, Dylan,
Sure.
do
Yeah.
you agree with me that it seems there might be a point to why I say that Insomniac and Nimrod deserve to be considered essential albums?
Yeah. You have a point with that.
Alright, and then for the other one, 21st Century Breakdown, here's why I consider that essential. It's essential because it was their second rock opera, and Know Your Enemy had actually been on a show called Friday Night SmackDown,
WWE.
and then let me think here. Oh yeah, Last Night on Earth isn't on their second greatest hits album, but I believe that it should have been because it's one of their most popular songs. And then I'm gonna actually look through 21st Century Breakdown and see what can help me make my case here. And then, yeah, I feel like East Jesus Nowhere could also be a good one, and 21st Century Breakdown could make considered. And then for their second live album, which I'm not going to say the name of because it's not family friendly, they actually have the scrapped song Cigarettes and Valentines in live form, which the live album is from the 21st Century Breakdown tour.
Wild.
So that could be another case, is that its live side gave us Cigarettes and Valentines.
Yeah. Let me turn on my phone.
And then, let me think here.
Sure.
Alright. Then let's go to another segment I like to call, it's called a quiz.
Oh no, I'm gonna get quizzed on this stuff now.
Alright. So, the only song from 21st Century Breakdown that isn't considered in part of an act is what? 1, See the Light. 2, Last Night on Earth. 3, Last of the American Girls. Or 4, Song of the Century.
See the Light?
Wrong, that is in Act 3, which is Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. The correct answer was Song of the Century.
Why are you asking me questions that I don't know the answers to?
I don't know. That's actually a good question. Alright, which of the essential albums is When It's Time a demo for? Or not essential albums, but the ones that I'm trying to make a case for. The 21st Century Breakdown, Nimrod, or Insomniac.
Insomniac?
Close, it was Nimrod.
Oh, dang it. Got it wrong.
I know that you're not going to get a lot of this, but yeah, fair point. It's more of a thing for the viewers than you, so don't worry about getting them wrong, okay? Alright. Now, let's on. Which of these albums has not received an anniversary edition yet? 21st Century Breakdown, Nimrod, or Insomniac?
21st Century?
You actually got that one right. It only has a standard deluxe edition.
Oh yeah, let's go. I got it right.
True or false? There's an extra track on one of the Amazon Music versions of 21st Century Breakdown that is a live recording of Burnout.
True?
That's correct. Alright, then true or false? The deluxe version of 21st Century Breakdown that is on Apple Music has only covers for its bonus tracks.
False?
That's actually true.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know about that for a while either, so don't worry about that.
That's wild.
Alright. And then let me think here. True or false? The 25th anniversary deluxe edition of Insomniac has demos.
False?
Correct. It only has the 14 original tracks and then 8 live and prog tracks. right.
Oh, yeah,
Then,
we're gonna go live and proud for the bazookas.
all right. And
Just
then
kidding.
on numbers in between 1 and 10, how many 21st century breakdown tracks made it into the American Idiot Broadway version?
2.
That was too low. I'll let you try again because you got so many wrong.
10.
I'll let you have one more guess.
6.
I'll technically give it to you because there's okay. So there's Last of the American Girls, Before the Lobotomy, Last Night on Earth. Wait, actually, I said the last two in the wrong order. So let me restart. Last of the American Girls, Last Night on Earth, Before the
Asking
Lobotomy,
question.
Know Your Enemy, and 21 Guns. I'm technically giving it to you for 6 because there's actually a reprise for Before the Lobotomy. So they actually take up 6 tracks, so you actually got lucky.
Wow.
Then true or false,
Yay.
Good Riddance, Time of Your Life was originally performed on electric.
False.
That's actually true. And then here's another question about that same song. The original version of Good Riddance was on which single from the Insomniac era? Stuck With Me, Brain Stew and Jaded, Walking Contradiction, or Geek Stink Breath?
Geek stink breath.
Wrong, it
This
was
sounds
Brain
fun.
Stew and Jaded. I can tell you're
Oh,
confused, right?
because you're asking me questions I don't know the answers to.
That makes sense. But hey, at least you get to learn, right?
Yeah, and then forget about it the next day.
Yep.
No, that's
Well, it
fine.
could also be educational for our viewers.
Who I guess for the viewers who want to learn about Green Day.
Yep. All right, so that is going to do it for this episode of It's Called Soda. So thank you
Yeah,
guys for
I'm gonna drink
watching. Dylan,
soda.
do you have any messages?
Drink soda.